Hey there, it's Dave from Telescribe, and today I'm going to be checking out a reaction from Tim Reacts, who's done a few reactions to some of our videos. He's checked out Hail Mary on request of Mike, one of his Patreons, and also a Patreon for obviously Dave Does, and supporter of our channel as well, my other channel. So I always like to do these reactions back. I'm not going to try and pause it too often, but I will talk about I'll try and answer and talk about it at the end. But let's see what Tim has to say about Hail Mary. But let's get to it.
Hey there, welcome back. I hope everybody's doing good out there today. Today I have a patron shout out request from Mike G. Mike has me listening to some more Telescribe. He's had me listening to him for the last couple months. Really enjoying it. This is their song Hail Mary. Really excited for this one. I've really enjoyed everything I've heard so far from them. Their style, their just the way they go about things, and their music is very raw. It has a very raw feeling, and I really enjoy it.
So the raw feeling, I don't know if that was intentional from our end or not, but that's purely down to we basically recorded the album ourselves, and guitar wise it's all single tracked. So you and Mike have tracked one instead of like multi-tracking. A lot of times what you'll find is guitarists will do two left, two right, or two rhythm, two leads, and then bring an extra one in the middle just to kind of fill out the sound, and then let the bass sit in the middle to fill out the rest of the weight. And I think in our case, what we ended up doing was one left, one right. So literally it's single tracked, which kind of means that you get, rather than over compressed, it's just very raw in your face. So yeah, that's possibly why. But yeah, it's we just didn't, in this day and age, we didn't see the benefit in spending stupid money on a studio album at our stage, I guess. So yeah, there you go.
Their drummer actually has reacted to both my reactions to their song, which Dave, if you watch this one, thank you again so much. You guys are, the insight you give on the videos of the questions I ask, and you very well let me know what I need to know. Really enjoyed watching both of your reactions to that. I'm excited for this. Mike keeps letting me know everything I need to know about this band, and they're killer. I really enjoyed this. So let's go ahead and switch on over. And here we go with Telescribe, or a patron shout request for Mike G of Telescribe and Hail Mary. Okay, this is cool. The time signature's feels a little off. They're trying to get you to feel a little uncomfortable. It's a very triplet feel. I'm pretty sure they're in 3/4 time right now. for through the whole song. Even when they were the beginning section was really cool. It was very doomy, very like almost a doom metal. And then when it kicked into the main riff, it was thick. It took me a second to realize that they were doing almost exclusively triplets going into it. Very very cool. Kim's voice is really cool. I've really enjoyed her voice. It's got a rawness to it. This whole band feels raw. The way they record, the way they present their videos is very, it's not slick. It's not, $10,000 cameras and everything. And the way they record is also feels very, very raw. That's the best word for it. The very, very cool sound. I'm digging the song. It's what's the word I'm looking for? Aggressive, but not in your face aggressive. It's like very gritty. Really digging that. Very cool.
She was old, she was happy. So the youthful were missing. They herself in the blood of the innocent to restore her forgotten beauty. Say her name 3 times that
All that lead work back behind the rest of the music is very cool. Okay, that was cool. I love that. I mentioned it while it was playing, but Dan and Yusuf are keeping up that very aggressive main riff, and then Michael behind it. It wasn't in the front. It was definitely behind the rest of the music. So you could it would fade in and out, but was doing really cool lead work behind that. Very, very cool. The drums, Dave is actually killing it. The beat is so. It's God. I'm having trouble with words today. It's sharp. All his snare hits are very sharp, but the everything else is kind of working in with the riff, and then that snare just pops through. Very, very cool.
So just saying out on that particular one, so it's actually Yus doing the lead, if I remember rightly, on this one. So when we were writing the album, Yus came in after a lot of the main songs were written. So we had the main riff together. We had a guy called Joseph who was in the band when we were writing, but was kind of just, he had a lot going on in his life. So we kind of had the basic tracks written. This track was a Dan and Mike song. I can't remember who originally came up with it. I think Dan had a lot of influence on this song because he likes odd time signatures. And it was pretty much presented as all the riffs were sent to me. And then I had to kind of come up with some drums. So the drums were kind of trying to follow what they were doing and going, okay, you're doing a 3/4 pattern there, which you picked out. So I was like, okay, so, and then there's a lot of odd tempos in there, which was kind of like following what they were doing riff wise. Because unlike myself, when I send a riff out, I'll send a riff out to a click track and say like, this is on this click track. When I got the riffs for Hail Mary and Grey Mist, I think it were the first two that were sent, and also in Beyond, they were the first 3 songs that were sent to me. There were no click tracks to the song, so it was just riffs with no kind of idea of where the tempo was, so I had to kind of very much kind of just try and jam it. and try and follow their tempo guide as far as how they were playing their riffs. But that lead part, so when Yus came into the band, we'd already got the main riffs written, so he came in and was like, well, I'll write this melody. So in a lot of the times where you'll get some of these melodies on these songs, it's actually Yus playing some of the melodies. Solo-wise, it's always Mike on the album that does all the solos, but some of the lead melodies are actually, they swap, and Mike plays the rhythm and Yus takes the lead for the melody. So there you go.
And Kim sounds great. The vocals are killer.
The villagers set upon her, and they burned her at the stake. She put a curse on the mirrors, so they'd never forget her sweet face. See her.
That change up is very cool.
Three times the charm.
Oh, that was wait. That was cool. That when the dropout and then the heavy tom work Dave was doing, very cool bass Dan's doing. That was a really cool switch up. Right here. Okay, that whole section was cool. The solo was really cool. Michael's solo was it wasn't like a very thrashy or shreddy solo. It was very counter melody to the main riff that the other guys are keeping up, making it almost feel like they're meshing two songs together, but it worked really well together. I love the fact that most of it was in the last section was in a really slow halftime. And then when it switched back up to the regular time, it almost felt, because they had gone so slow, it almost felt like they sped up even faster than the original tempo, which they didn't. It was that switch from the slow back up to the full speed was so good.
Hey there, it's Dangerous Dave, YouTube extraordinaire.
Dave.
I am out and about, and I've just heard the most amazing news.
Hold on, before we, I'm going to let him play it. I like to let, when bands put messages at the end of their videos, I really enjoy watching those. I want to talk about the end of the song. I loved how aggressive it got. It was just cool. That was a really cool song. I really, really enjoyed that. I loved the lead counter melodies over it. I loved the drop down to the halftime. Very, very cool. So let's see what Dave has to say.
Hey there, it's Dangerous Dave, YouTube extraordinaire. I am out and about, and I've just heard the most amazing news. Apparently, in this barn here is the original Bloody Mary, aka the Hail Mary mirror. Let's go find out if it's true. Let's check it out. Okay, let's have a look. Holy fucking shit. It's fucking here. It's here. Okay, should we see if it's actually Hail Mary mirror? Let's have a look. Fucking blood. It could be red paint. I don't know. Damn. Hail Mary, bitch. Yeah. Okay. Do I take it? Do I take the risk? Hail Mary? Hail Mary. Hail Mary. Hail Mary.
Uh-oh.
I think it's a load of fake, isn't it? Fuck!
Little found footage. That's cool. Hello, Hail Mary. Okay, that was great. That was really good. Anything on the end of it? Tail end of it? No. Okay. Miss it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I almost missed it. If anybody knows where Dave is, this was a year ago, and he's... I've seen him react to my videos over the last couple of months, so I know he was found. Is there a number? Number actually... Now, I'm not going to call because I'm not... First of all, it's a year old, and it's also a English number, I'm assuming, so I'm not going to call. but I wonder what that number actually went to, or is that an because that's obviously I don't know the English phone numbers that wouldn't be correct for a United States phone number, but well, just curious. Okay, that was really fun. That was patron shout out request for Mike G of Taylor Scribe with Hail Mary. Fantastic song. I love just how raw it felt. It was very cool. That main riff was killer. I loved all the counter melodies with the lead guitar, vocals, great. Everything about this was really fun. Really, really enjoyed it. I do know. I didn't really. If I could speak straight. I didn't realize that Hail Mary and Bloody Mary were the same legend, because I've heard about Bloody Mary since I was a kid. I remember when me and my friends as a kid would go into the bathroom, shut off all the lights, and stare into the mirror saying Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, and you're supposed to see her, a figure crossing the mirror, and if she gets to the other side before you turn away and turn on the lights, she's supposed to appear. And of course we never actually saw anything, but we would scare the crap out of each other when we were like 12, 13 years old, maybe a little younger than that. But that was a fun song. Really, really enjoyed that. That was killer. Mike, thank you again so much for your support. You've been an amazing patron and supporter of mine, so thank you so much. If you guys like this video, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.
Okay, so first of all, I've got to say a big thank you to Tim for doing the videos. It's always greatly appreciated when anyone checks out our content. A couple of things I want to pick out. So, yes, it is relating to Bloody Mary legend. The legend itself of Bloody Mary relates to, it can be taken from various different, there's one about witch in a wood, there's one that's about one of the queens, the mythology or the lore behind it has been taken in different ways, but the context is the same. So, we didn't want to call the song Bloody Mary. We felt Hail Mary was just taking a twist on the legend ourselves, and obviously you could pick up the story. So in our one, it was about the witch who stole the blood of innocent girls, to maintain her youth, which is where we took that story and decided that's how we'd shoot the video. You pretty much pulled everything apart on the song great, exactly how we like it. It's actually one of my favourite ones to play live, just because of the time changes in there, and it's such a cool groove to it. It's just a fun track, and it's weird. It's dark at times, and there is the doom influences that we put into the song, but when you get into the verses, when you get into that whole thing, it's actually quite upbeat. So it's quite quite a counterintuitive song. So yeah, one of our favourites. It's one of the ones we would traditionally end the set with. So Hail Mary is one of the last ones we play, and we usually open up with Raising the Dead. Yes, the phone number at the end. So this was all kind of the funny thing about that particular video was it was the last bit of the video. We'd shot everything else on the music video up to the end of the story element, and while I was filming, because you don't see me in the video at all. So throughout the whole video, from start to the finishing point, I'm not in the video at any given point. And the reason why is because I was behind the camera, so I couldn't be in the actual music video. So it was a way of bringing me into the video as part of the band. Obviously, as a YouTuber myself, it was a case of I could do that, and I thought it kind of came to me as I was filming, it was literally I think halfway through the filming day, I was like, oh, this would be kind of a cool idea to do at the end. And the phone number you mentioned, so that is an active phone number. I don't know if it's still active since we actually did it, but it actually went to a missing persons. We set up a voicemail. It went to a mobile phone voicemail, and it was done as a missing persons hotline, asking for information if you have information, etc. So if anyone did ever phone it, it would take you through to and you could leave a voicemail message, etc. So we just felt that we could have done like the fake phone number, but I felt let's put an actual number on there with an actual voicemail box and everything, so it all kind of ties into the whole thing. So if anyone did phone that number, it would actually go through and you could leave a voicemail. So I think it should in theory still be active, because that as far as I remember, that phone number is still an active number. So, yeah, let's try it and see if it comes through. You never know. But big thank you again for Tim for doing that. And, yeah, it wasn't very much for me to talk about on that one, because you kind of nailed it all. So I hope people at home enjoyed it. And, yeah, we're busy right now writing album 2. We've got a couple of tracks pretty much done. We're in the studio this evening. It's 5 o'clock in the morning at the moment, but at 9 o'clock this evening I'm heading 7 o'clock this evening I'll be heading into the studio with the guys and gal to start working on another new song. We've got about 20 songs in kind of idea forms with suggestions, and then we've now got to go through them all, work out which ones as a band we want to kind of progress on, but they will probably consist of the next couple of albums worth of material there, as we're planning only about 8 songs for this next one again, 8 chapters for the next album, volume 2. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you on a video sometime very soon. Take care.